Hello, figure lovers. Today on It Figures, we are taking a look at the Embrace Japan's Third Strike Street Fighter figure of Ryu from Capcom. That again is Embrace Japan's sculpt of Third Strike Street Fighter Ryu from Capcom. Let me tell you, this figure it's a beautiful figure at face value, plenty of detail, but as we take a closer look at it, you're going to notice that it's extremely aggressively detailed. This figure, they really went all in on it, but I will have to tell you a little disclaimer that when they released the prototype for this art, it matched the original art very well. You know, it had that very illustrated, a lot of energy, a lot of character in the original Third Strike Street Fighter art very well. But when this figure was officially released, well, take this with a grain of salt. I'm a brother, so I'm okay saying this, but I didn't feel like I got Ryu, I got Ryu. You know, it came out a lot darker than the art, than the prototype, and initially I wasn't sure what to think. You know, when it comes to getting a figure and then matching the prototype of what was originally released, if I had to give this figure a grade, I had to say it'd probably be close to an F, because it truly does look different. You can tell that the skin and whatnot is extremely darkly shaded. And again, I'm good with it for the most part. Embrace Japan, I see you. But at the same time, when it comes to matching what I'm originally pre-ordering, then they didn't quite live up to those expectations. But we're going to go through the pros and the cons of this figure, and we're going to look at a lot of the details and tell you, for you hardcore Street Fighter fans out there who may want to pick this up, just a little bit of warning that this is what you're most likely going to get. If you see photos of it online, the actual figure does not match. And I'll tell you, it's still, become quite a collector's item, because if you find versions of it on eBay, originally the price was between $90 to $120. Right now, I think most of the Third Strike Street Fighter figures are going for about $300 to $400. So still a collector's item. Some people may still be like sought after. So just something to keep in mind. But if we look at the details on this figure, they did get a lot of that right. Like, you're looking like even the gi has tons of texture in it. You can see the energy of all the folding and the lines, all the way down to the belt is just flying in the wind. And then you also have the ties in his hair, man. They really did a great job on sculpting this figure, all the way down to his feet. They're looking kind of gnarly, but I guess, if you've been kicking somebody, they're not going to be pretty. And the same thing with his hands. His hands are extremely well detailed, but his hands and face only a mother could love. But yeah, that original prototype, the face was very defined. You could see his eyes. Here you can just barely make them out. It's very artistic take on the Third Strike Street Fighter art. But yeah, it's just like the muscles, the shading, again, all very aggressive. As far as most of the figures that I have, this is probably one of the most detailed shaded figures I've ever picked up. They did a fantastic job on that. But yeah, it's just like the sculpting is good, the energy of the figure is good, and of course you also have we have the pegs on the bottom of his feet. It did come with a base, But I left that base in the box because he stands pretty well on his own. And I tell you, this figure has fallen over once, and he's built tough. He's true to Ryu because he's still in perfect condition. Now, this is his bag. It comes with him. As you can see, these ties at the top, they're actually molded on, or not molded on, but they are a separate piece. Then again, you know, the traditional or actual sculpting of the bag is, again, very aggressive, much like the figure. You know, just to make sure he doesn't rock over. You know, I like to put the bag like right there on his knee, helps him stand up. So, you know, you can even turn him on the base and he doesn't go anywhere. But yeah, just taking a good look at this figure, it is a very detailed figure. A lot of energy, very well done. Only aside that they did not match the skin color or the detail in the face, which isn't quite on par with what the original Third Strike Street Fighter art looked like, but you know, it's still decent. So for those interested in picking up this figure, you know, just know that what you see online is not exactly what you're going to get. It is going to look a little darker, but it is a very aggressively beautiful figure, and I hope whoever gets it will appreciate it. Anyway, take care. Something else I'd also like to bring attention to is that Embrace Japan's Ryu is a 1/8 scale figure, and he roughly stands at, let's see, he roughly stands just under 20 centimeters, maybe about 18 to 20 centimeters, or just under 8 inches. And then you have Kotobukiya's Kami, which is a 1/7 scale figure that stands at about 22 centimeters, or just right around 8.5 inches. So you have two figures, two different scales. Ryu, who is 1/8, and Kami, who is 1/7. I still think they pair together fairly well. For any Street Fighter collector that's looking forward to adding Ryu to their collection. If Ryu was a little more upright, he would probably be more on par with Kami. Or if they were the same scale, then, you know, Ryu might be a little bit larger, but for the most part, I still think they pair together fairly well. So again, that is Ryu at 1/8 scale and Kami at 1/7 scale.